so I can't miss my plane. But some of you parents might have questions, and I'd love to answer those for you. Does any parents have any questions that you'd like to ask about Story Hour, about this book, about California, about anything that's important? Yes?
Love Monumental. And if there's any great American history books that you come across that you like for our children.
Yes. She saw a documentary I made called Monumental, and it's one of my favorite things I've ever done. You can actually you can watch it for free on YouTube if you just look up my name and Monumental. It retraces the escape route of the Pilgrims and talks about the essential principles that made America the freest, strongest, and most benevolent nation in the history of the world. And we need to get back to those principles, and that'll tell you how. Your question was, an American history book. There's a book called The American Covenant, The Untold Story. I taught through it for 100 days for my American Campfire Revival. She's got it right there. The American Covenant. Highly recommend it. You can get it on Amazon. You can also go to my website and get it. Okay, that's the book. That's the one to read. Yeah. Yes?
What's your most enjoyable thing about homeschooling?
My most enjoyable thing about homeschooling, well, we first thought that people were crazy who are homeschoolers. Because I thought, my dad's a public school teacher, and so are my grandparents, and so education is important to us. And then I realized that nobody can teach their children better, and no one loves their children more than a mom and a dad. Or a grandma and a grandpa, and aunts and uncles, and those within a family. And so we decided to homeschool our kids, and we did it all kinds of ways. Sometimes they went to a school, sometimes they were at a co-op, sometimes they were at home, sometimes tutors would help. But I think our favorite part was just the time we get to spend together with our children. The most precious thing we have with our kids is time. Look how big they are already. My kids are now 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, and 20. And at one point we had 6 kids under 7 years old. So that time with them is something we can never replace. And some pastor once said to me, if you send your children to Caesar to be educated, don't be surprised when they come back Romans. God gave our kids to us, and it's our great privilege and sacred duty to train them up in the way they should go. And I'm thankful for libraries. I'm thankful for book publishing companies like Brave Books and others who are giving us resources so that we can do that well. Yes?
In your career, as a type of merge your film career with your faith, what's been the most impactful personal career in terms of movies and books and professionally?
What projects have I worked on in the movies and TV shows that have impacted my faith? Let's see. Probably, what's really cool is that I used to be an atheist. Kids, your parents can explain to you what that is. And I'm a recovering atheist, is what I like to call myself, or a backslidden atheist. I now have faith in the truth, and I'm so grateful for that. And ever since that shift and change happened in my heart and in my mind, I've had a chance to be a part of a lot of projects that have reflected my faith, like the Way of the Master television series, like the Left Behind movies, like Fireproof, and I feel like somebody's like playing a trick with a firecracker behind them. And I think Fireproof was probably one that impacted me because I love my wife with all of my heart, and yet I know that I always need to learn how to be a better husband, because God's not finished with any of us yet. We're all growing, and we all have lots to learn. And Fireproof was all about a man who needed to learn how to be a good husband and not blame somebody else for his own selfishness. And that really inspires me and convicts me every time that I watch it, and reminds me that my wife is precious and that marriage is a gift. And I can't do it right without God's help. So Fireproof is really important to me. If you've never watched it, great movie to sit down and watch with your husband or your wife. It will impact you, for sure. Yes?
Personal question. I met Martha last year. We went to we saw him in Virginia. He wanted to go with us. What a wonderful man.
Yes, he is. He is. He signed your book?
Yeah, I want
Oh,
to
you
know
got Marshall's signature. So my friend Marshall, he got very sick, and then he went to heaven, and so I miss him. That made me very sad. And I needed to talk to some people to help me feel better. And one of the things that made me feel better was to remember that because Marshall loved God, Marshall's, he's not really dead, he's still alive. And he lives in heaven with God. And so he just changed addresses. So he doesn't live in Nashville, Tennessee anymore. He lives in heaven. And I know that he's watching us as part of that great cloud of witnesses. And in heaven's balcony, I think he's watching and reading along with us as we're reading his book. And he's so thankful that you're reading his book. Yeah, he's an awesome guy. Yes, you have a question? Yes.
And I'm a birth mother to 2 children. And so I want to thank you to parents who adopt children who are your children. Not, sure. But since then, I've gotten saved and I've had 2 children now of my own. And I put my story on track. And I just had it printed up 2 days ago. Can I just
May I have one?
Yes.
Yes, please. Can you pass that out? So, you refer to yourself as a birth mother, is that what you said?
Yeah, I have my daughter just turned 18 and graduated this year, and I have another son.
And you placed them for adoption. And then you had 3 kids that you raised yourself.
Yes.
Praise the Lord. That's beautiful. What a great story. Thank you, sweetheart. What's your name? I love your dress. Very good. Maybe that's my story. Okay. Well, God bless you. And I bet she has more of these. I bet this is a very inspiring story. She wanted to pick up all of these. If you ask her for some of these. Thank you for being a hero, not only to your children as a mom, but also as a birth mother who made a very brave and difficult choice. And you made the loving choice. And your choice was also the answer to the prayers of those adoptive parents who were just praying to God to find just the right child. And I know how they feel because I have adopted kids too. Well, God bless you. I'm going to have to go get on my plane. Justin's going to talk with you some more, or Zach. And I'm going to try to say hi to some more people. And you guys are going to get a free book. So God bless you. And share all this on social media.